Yeah, I'm more aggressive, and there's a reason for that. You have to understand, like, I've been harassed by the police my whole life.
Good afternoon, lads and lassies, the Irish Demon back with another video. And now a term that will probably haunt your dreams forevermore. This evening we spend a night with Glenn Cerio. So he decides to go out in his car to see what kind of trouble he can drum up. There's not a whole lot going on, and he spends a lot of the time driving around on his phone responding to his live viewers. When he's out on the road, he comes across one of his viewers who's watching him live and decides to meet up with him. Now it turns out this guy is one of those old school SovCits. One of those kind of jailhouse lawyers. One of the kind of ones that says stuff like, you know, if the cops ask you what your name is, you just tell them that you don't exist, that a name is a corporate made up thing, and that I'm a man on the land and I'm not a corporate entity. And then they can't arrest you and they have to give you $1 million in solid gold. But before we get to this meeting of great minds, I'm going to show you a little interaction between Glenn and a gentleman on the street, and then we're going to contrast that with another interaction.
How's it going, man? How you doing? No, I'm watching something.
Now you may not have heard this in the original recording, but I'm going to replay it and bump up the volume for you. And as this gentleman's approaching him, you can clearly hear him say, "Oh man."
How's it going, man? How you doing? No, I'm watching something.
Now that is in stark contrast to how he usually deals with people, like for example this lady.
Why is this man recording us in here?
Why are you concerned about what I'm doing? Oh, okay. A little bit hostile there, huh?
Notice how when it's a slightly older, smaller lady in a post office during the day, it's all about his right to film you and there's nothing you can do about it. But when a gentleman on the street asks him at nighttime, he immediately backs down and is like, "Oh no, I'm just watching something on my phone. Please don't hurt me." That's such a tough guy now. Why don't you just tell him to get lost and sweep his leg? And speaking of sweeping the leg, and this is a perfect segue, or legway I guess, I have just launched a new Sweep the Leg t-shirt in my Teespring. Check it out in the description down below.
She spit in my face. Where you at? I'm on 4th. I'm on 4th and Blanchard. I don't normally meet people, but man, you've been with the channel for a long time, man. Super long, so
why not just walk on over there and meet up with your little buddy?
Walk? I'm driving. I'll drive over there.
Yeah, I kind of had a feeling you might say something along those lines. Anyway, lads and lassies, I'm going to skip the bit where he drives around the town with his phone hanging out the window and get right to the part where he meets the professor of Sov citizenship.
What's up, man? Long time.
I know you're big.
Yeah, I remember you.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I remember you've been with the channel for a long time.
Well, yeah, on it. I've been auditing your channel.
Yeah, okay.
So, well, man, that's kind of cool. A few times I'm trying to get over something here. That's one reason, and I'm low on money.
Okay.
And but that'll be whenever my Social Security comes through. Then I'm gonna probably get a camera. I've been shopping around looking.
Right.
Because I want to be able to zoom in, you know.
Well, you want an actual camera, or you want a good phone? Because it sounds like you want a really good camera that can zoom, like, you know, hover.
I want to be able to do that.
Right.
And I want to be able to have 3D, so I can go in afterwards.
Okay.
And do the, you know.
Right.
I think that's awesome.
Right.
You know, so I can just hold it up like this and not have to worry about it. I don't have to do editing later.
Thank your lucky stars that Glenn Cerio is not in 3D. Although I feel like somehow you'd need 4D to get the full picture. Maybe smell-o-vision. I'm really happy smell-o-vision doesn't exist.
And, hey, come on, let's,
Yeah.
I don't know. Hey, are you recording?
Yeah, we're on live. You want? Oh, you want it off?
No.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
I don't want it off.
I think we've just encountered the first example of a human being actually being happy at the prospect of being filmed by Glenn Cerio, let alone being in his general vicinity. I can't believe that guy has a fan.
Okay.
No, I wasn't expecting that. This will be the second time I've ever been on the internet. This guy named
Okay.
Andy, I'm on his thing.
Just be careful what you say about where you live or anything. There's a lot of trolls, and man, they are relentless.
Yeah, they're not going to dox me.
No, they won't.
Well, YouTube finally shut down one of my channels because I posted something about the Q of E that they didn't like too much.
Okay.
If you know what I mean.
Right.
Yeah, Queen of England, whatever.
Good job there covering that up, bud. The Q of E, if you know what I'm talking about, because I don't want to say it. So now I'm going to immediately say Queen of England.
So you want to turn your channel into auditing, or what do you want to do? You don't have to do auditing. You could do like a talk show, or you could do. There's a lot of things you could do.
I
You
was
know.
looking at TTS and stuff like that, but I don't like those automated sounding voices things.
Right.
The longer I listen to those, I just have to turn them off.
Right.
There's something unnatural about them. It's the cadence. But I don't know. I was thinking maybe do a man on the street. You know, conservative does Seattle.
You do, like kind of like
Dice.
like a watcher, like just a surveyor or something.
You know, maybe just asking thoughtful questions to people in public and with an unbiased approach.
Right.
And just seeing how freaking smart they are and how smart they aren't.
Well, here's a good starting point for you there, SovCit Santa. You got a person in front of you right now. Why not whip out your phone and ask him a few questions, see how smart he are. He does have a 400 score in English. He can English real nice like.
I don't think I've seen that name, Truth Social. Maybe I have. I just.
Well, you know, that's I guess that's Trump's new website.
Right.
And I just decided to jump the gun and get the name. And it might help for viewers later or something, you know. Maybe people that look for Truth Social on YouTube will come and find one of my videos or something. You know?
Yeah. And the minute you get 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, you can go live and you can.
I know. Okay, here's my real idea.
Okay.
It scares me.
I'm listening.
Hell yeah. Yeah, we do. You're going to the strip club? What strip club? Let's just grab a card.
Hey, where are you going? You come back, man. What, some young ladies talk about taking you to a strip club and then you... Actually, I'd probably do the same thing, to be fair. But surely Glenn is barred from every strip club in that city.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
come on, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's see what's up.
All right.
I have to say, this is an awesome marketing campaign you have going on here.
Thank you.
Where are y'all headed? To the strip club.
Yeah, wanted to give you some free admission.
Okay.
Well, I'll check
Hey.
it out. I'll check it out.
Thanks. Take.
All right. I've never been to
What
a
are
strip
your
club.
names? Your dancing names. Okay, those are nice. You guys look pretty good.
Smooth. Real smooth. You got a car there with a couple of honeys in it and he goes up and goes, you guys look pretty nice. Pretty nice? The hell is that supposed to mean? If I polished up my Harley and went out on the street and one of the lads said, yeah, that looks pretty nice. Pretty nice? I spent 5 hours polishing that shit. It is a bit ridiculous polishing Harleys in Ireland. One puddle, my friends. One puddle.
See you there. Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Have a good one. I'm not going.
Hey, well, that definitely was not. That was not. I don't know. I don't know the word I'm looking for.
God damn, old Glenn is living the high life over here. Cruising around town in his Bentley. Or Toyota mom car, who cares? Meeting up with fans on the street, adoring fans on the street live, being shouted at by beautiful women in the back of the car who want you to go with them while they take their threads off. Whew, you got it all figured out, man.
Yeah, you always gotta look around. You always gotta look around.
Yeah, it's like, how does every racist joke start?
Don't do it.
Depends.
Please don't do it.
Like this.
Oh,
And he did it.
Yeah. So, but yeah, man. So anyway, where we are right now, I kind of, if you went one block further, last one on the left, that's where I live.
okay.
Yeah.
Be careful what you say. Remember.
I'm not too worried about that.
No, I just want to make sure
But
because
maybe I would be, so I appreciate that.
Well, then I guess it's a good thing you didn't do it live. Oh, wait. You did, didn't you?
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of what I want to do. Oh, actually, I didn't finish. I don't have a driver's license. I don't have registration. I don't have insurance.
Okay.
But I drive around.
To quote every lawyer that has ever lived ever, stop talking.
And I get pulled over.
ooh, Be careful.
But I've never had it videotaped. No, I know how to get out of it. It's real easy.
Roll up a seat, boys and girls. We're about to learn how to get out of a ticket. Apparently, it's really easy. I'm guessing that's not the case. Pause the video right here and leave a comment down below and let me know what you think he's about to say. Whoever gets closest to it will be pinned at the top.
I tried to say, I made a comment to you earlier. And I was watching you. I saw you get pulled over one time. You made some choices that I don't know that I would have made.
Yeah, I'm more aggressive, and there's a reason for that. You have to understand, like,
I don't know, damage to the prefrontal cortex?
I've been harassed by the police my whole life. Like, this isn't something that just started happening.
For what?
My name has been in the system for so long that they've put some alert on me since I was a kid. Like, I'd be 10 years old getting stopped walking down the street.
Well, hey, you know, I'm one to fight on principle. You know, I'm not going to sell out my freedoms or have somebody exude some kind of jurisdiction over me when they don't have any jurisdiction.
Right.
You know, I'm educated. I can prove it in court now. Whenever I was younger, I used to get speeding tickets and all that kind of stuff. But if you are not, if you are operating a vehicle and like, let's say for Uber or driving a bus or a school bus or pizza delivery, you have to have a driver's license because it's commercial.
Right.
I already know without watching this what he's going to say. He's going to go along the lines of, if you're not employed as a professional driver, that you do not need a driver's license. That is simply not true. Nowhere in the law does it say the word drive. It usually says something, and this depends on the jurisdiction that you're in. It usually says something to the effect of to operate a motor vehicle, to be in charge of a motor vehicle, etc., etc. It's got nothing to do with being employed in the act of driving. That's an old word for doing. In other words, I was doing driving. I was employed in the act of driving. It doesn't mean that you need to be employed for pay.
Okay, that's it.
Well, like,
I could back it up with Supreme Court and all that kind of stuff.
yeah, but like here, I mean, the cops are gonna write you a charge.
No, you don't even let it get that far. Okay, first thing, don't answer any questions. Have this much gap in your window. Do not roll it down. Do not roll this one down because it can make a cross thing.
Right.
And they can say, I smell something.
Yeah.
Okay? So I've learned, keep that takes the leg out from under in court.
Right.
Because there's no way a debris could go, and if you don't, okay.
Okay, so not having both windows down means that they legally can't smell something in the car. I think in Glenn's case, if both windows were up, the whole car was covered in Glad wrap, and there was somebody standing outside spraying air freshener, they could still smell him inside that car. So no, that's absolute nonsense. That would never hold up in court.
Turn your camera on. Ask them if their cameras are on, and if there's any reasonable suspicion that they're not working in proper order.
Right.
Ask them their name. Do not answer any questions at this point.
I'm with SovCit Santa on this one. Recording these interactions is definitely a good idea. Asking them if they have their body cams on, not a bad idea. But just remember, passing the attitude test is always a good key to a successful traffic stop for you. And ultimately, I completely agree with the idea of just keeping your mouth shut.
Ask them if you're, tell them, well, I'm not operating under color of commercial, I'm not making any money, so I don't have to have a license.
Told ya. That's absolute nonsense. That is not how it works. See, a lot of these SovCits read the law and they apply very basic English to it and completely come out with the wrong impression. They can't necessarily be blamed for that because legal language can be quite difficult to decipher at times. Even for me, and I'm trained in how to read the law. Please do not take SovCit Santa's advice on this one. If he gets pulled over in his sleigh and he hasn't got a license, this argument is not going to hold up in court.
So more of like a sovereign citizen style.
No.
Are you sure about that? Because that sounds kind of sovereign citizen-y to me.
No. Do not get them confused. I got locked up and I learned about sovereign stuff.
Okay, yeah.
Minor charges.
Right.
But
So he got locked up and he learned about the sovereign stuff. Jailhouse lawyers. Here's a good idea for you folks. If you want to learn about how not to get locked up, don't learn about it from the guy sitting in the cell next to you who's also locked up. Because he's going to get you locked up again.
it was too difficult. I realized there's a much easier way. If you separate, it's like the Matrix. It's the commercial side and the natural-born person side.
Natural-born person. Translation, sovereign citizen. Don't want to say sovereign citizen, but still am a sovereign citizen.
The only thing I have to say about that is if you get the wrong cop, no matter what you say, isn't gonna, Yeah, that's true.
$20,000 for every 20 minutes.
$20,000 for every 20 minutes. I've heard this nonsense before where sovereign citizens say they're going to charge for their time, but I've yet to see them actually ever be awarded any money for it. You can spend your imaginary sovereign citizen money in Sovereign Citizensville. You be a citizen of that though if you're a sovereign citizen? Anyway, sorry. Now I mean no disrespect to this man. Evidently he is disabled and he mentioned earlier that he was waiting on his disability check to get a camera to go out and make his videos. More power to you, my friend. Go out and you do it, man. But if you were getting 20 grand every 20 minutes for dealing with cops, I don't think you'd be worrying too much about buying that camera now, would you?
Precedent was set. There's all kinds of other stuff.
Right.
I've never gotten to that point. I don't want to necessarily. I'm not trying to make money doing it, but it would be a hell of a way to educate people. I was thinking about, where I live, I could buy a billboard because it's relatively cheaper I am, and just say you don't need a license if you're not driving commercially. Prove me wrong.
No, you have a lot of knowledge and you can share that knowledge, but what I would do is I would caution you on who you go on panels with, who you speak with. There's a lot of troll channels that pretend to be like good. And I'm sure you've seen them all.
I know about the different.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think I've seen them all, but
You have to be careful. Like even some of the auditing channels are troll channels. Like they get you in there to like bash you.
I don't really. I don't surf those kind of circles.
Right.
You know, I don't get into the blogs and the chat rooms. And
Right,
stuff
right,
like
right.
that. I remember before you kind of blew up.
Way too easy.
I was cheering you on from the get-go, man.
Yeah.
And you kind of gave me more courage to
Right.
pursue this a little bit further and see what you can get away with, because
Oh yeah, Glenn definitely always gets away with it, right?
I don't know. Maybe we're in front of the restaurant. I don't know. Is that?
who cares?
We're just standing here. We're not doing nothing.
Oh no.
Okay.
Well, anyway,
They couldn't.
so you've been here for a while, eh?
I've been in Washington my whole life. Yeah, I moved around a lot, but I try to stick in Seattle because everyone talks shit about Seattle, but there's way more to do here than anywhere else.
Man, I've been around everywhere. Even Denver. I lived in Florida, North Carolina, Georgia. I'm from Pennsylvania, around Pittsburgh, and I grew up on a dairy farm, actually, in Amish
Okay.
country.
Oh, so you're Amish?
No,
No?
but I grew up that way, on an English farm that was situated amongst the Amish.
Right.
My mom married a fourth-generation farmer that lived with the Amish 4 generations.
Okay.
So I went on to this farm. The stepfather
Right.
is not Amish, but he acts Amish and expects his kids, his new stepkids, to be Amish too, or something. Anyway. So anyway, I left there. Long story short. But went down south. I had some problems with like smoking weed down south, and they kept on putting me in jail for it. And I said, well, I'm gonna go somewhere where it's legal.
I'm with you there, Sovereign Santa. Free the bud, bud.
Like Texas or?
So in Florida,
Oh, okay. So you were.
I kept violating probation,
Right.
like, over and over for like during for THC and stuff like that.
Right.
So eventually they just said, well, you can't do any kind of.
You're good. No worries.
You can't do any kind of probation. So we're just gonna send you to jail. Anyway, but
Well, Florida has a big cop problem, but when I was there, I didn't really experience it unless I f***ed with them.
hot problem.
Cop.
Oh yes. Oh definitely. They I can tell you some
They're,
stories.
I mean, I don't know if they're worse or what, but
Well, in my opinion, I've only experienced 3 states police to any degree. Florida left a bad taste in my mouth.
Florida did. I hear that a lot.
I went
lot.
down for the bikinis, beaches, and babes, and I found out that I was, what do they say, go for vacation,
You
get a violation.
come back. Go to vacation. Go to a vacation and come back like a criminal, or come back with a charge
Go for
or.
What the hell kind of poetry is that? I thought you had a 400 English score. Obviously the poem is like, go on vacation, get a violation, then do loads of master. Anyway.
Vacation, get a violation, be on probation.
Yeah.
And they want to keep you in the system, their counties.
Well, I've been charged a lot since I've been doing this, and let me tell you, I've been getting off. I've been knocking this stuff out.
Maybe I shouldn't have stopped the poem where I stopped it. I was too close. I was too spot on with that one.
I've been getting off. I've been knocking this stuff out. But I'm watching all these other guys in Florida, and not just auditors. You heard of Jeremy DeWitt, right?
not. I don't.
Well, he's this Metro State guy. He owns this security company, and he
Metro State. Oh,
yeah,
the fake cop.
yeah. And I mean, they want to put him away for life. For life, it's like what? Like
he wants to play cop, you know.
But
I mean, let him play cop.
But they're expanding it. It doesn't need to go that far. Like what he's doing is like a year in jail. It's not 20 years. It's not 10 years.
Why can't they hire him? I mean, there's some reason he's not hireable or something.
Well, he's registered.
Absolutely.
So
I would be working now. Actually, I'll probably go back to work, but it's
right.
gonna be something I think like
hello.
Something like YouTube or something. Drive around and intentionally get caught.
So this guy is bored from being out of work. So rather than going and getting a hobby, or even doing what he said he was going to do earlier, which was to make videos on the street, he decides instead he wants to make videos going around intentionally getting caught by the police for driving without a license. I think I'd rather take up golf. Actually, I take that back. I think I would rather get arrested than have to play golf.
License and stuff, videotape the whole thing.
Just be careful, man, because they're.
Hey, man, I'm bored to death. You know what I'm saying?
No, I get it.
And you know, if they violate my rights one time, that's a little chunk right there.
You just don't want to get in trouble. That's all I'm saying. You just don't want to deal with, like, everyone thinks it's easy what I'm dealing with. This takes a lot of time in court. I spend a lot of time in court.
Yeah, I think that maybe one of these days, I don't know if you get bored, we'll go for a ride in your car, and I'll drive, and you videotape.
Okay.
And we'll intentionally get pulled over, and I'll handle it, and you just stay quiet.
Sure.
Oh God, I hope. I really, really hope that these two geniuses decide to do that, because it is going to make for some great quality viewing. Let me know if you want to see that down below. Actually, let me know what you think would happen if they do decide to do this.
Okay, one of these days we'll do that.
Okay.
A long time ago, I think I posted to you, I said, hey, give me a call, I got an idea about something.
Oh, you know, you probably did, and I probably.
It just kind of went.
I remember one time.
It was after we talked, I think.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to blow you off. I just had a lot going on. But I remember you. I think you emailed me, and you told me the cops. You heard the cops on the radio, and they said.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're good.
Thank you, man.
And they said, that's that same ass. Don't go to that call. That's that. You said like the cops were on the radio, and you heard. Because I was filming like a bank.
I was listening to my scanner.
Yeah, and they were like,
Wow,
"That's that." I have a really good memory. That's what people don't know. Yeah, I remember stuff from when I was like a month old.
I'll take things that never happened for 500, please.
That's really good.
It's not real clear though. When I go that far back, I remember like pieces of it, not like all of it.
With the balls that you have, intentionally putting yourself in the line of fire per se with these cops, I would look into see if I could get some information so you'd feel comfortable driving without a license and doing this all on your own. Because once you realize how freaking easy it is, okay, you pull me over. First thing that happens is I say, "Where's the emergency officer?" Because the first thing they did is they had the lights on, take control right off the rip.
So what about tabs and plates? Do you not?
I don't need them because I'm not driving commercially.
Yes, you do, and it doesn't matter.
And if they say, "What are you talking about? Are you driving this vehicle?" No, I'm not driving the vehicle because drive legal term is for money only. I'm traveling.
And
in my personal conveyance, my private conveyance.
Yeah, you dirty road pirates. That's just an innocent road captain traveling in his personal conveyance. Yes, you do have a right to travel, and this is specifically why they don't use the term drive in the legislation. They use terms, as I said earlier, such as operating a motor vehicle, in control of a motor vehicle, engaged in the operation of heavy machinery, etc., etc. Don't listen to this guy. He has no idea what he's talking about.
And I don't know a lot about this, but that does sound like sovereign citizen stuff. But
well, sovereign citizens, they get it screwed up. They make it much more difficult than it is.
Right.
Really what it is you don't want the cops to create a nexus between, you don't want to do business. You don't want them to create a nexus or jurisdiction over you from the rip. If you answer their first question, they got you with the connection. Don't ever let it happen. They got 8 minutes to get some money out of you.
Well, the problem is we're in their municipality, right? They have a SMC like Seattle.
Who works for who?
Right. But they're gonna say, Well, SMC 11976 says that you have to have a license in downtown. You know, they're gonna.
If what? Who has to have a license?
Everybody who's operating a motor vehicle, that's who needs a license. Anyway, lads and lassies, this is where the meeting of the great minds ends. But I hope, as I'm sure you do, that this is not the last we see of these two amigos. I would love to see this guy getting out of a traffic ticket, or driving without a license and taking care of it. Now, lads and lassies, if you go down to the description, you'll see a link for my Patreon. I have put a whole new spin on it, so I'd love for you to just go check it out. Tell me what you think of it. If you don't want to become a Patreon right now, that's totally fine. But I would love to have your feedback on the aesthetics and the ideas that I've got down there. So please do check that out and let me know what you think. And of course, if you would like to become a member, I'd really appreciate that. You can do that here on YouTube, or you can do it on Patreon. I've also got my Teespring down there with a whole load of new merch, so definitely check that out too, and I'd love your feedback on that as well. Thank you all so much for joining me. Catch you next time. Sláinte.